It's my pleasure to introduce our next speaker. We all know her, USJC President Irene Hirano Inouye. Irene, who has led the U.S. Japan Council since its inception in 2008, will talk about the impact USJC has had in the past decade, as well as what's in store for the next 10 years. So please welcome our dear friend, our fearless leader, Irene.
Good morning. It's so great to see you all here, and thank you, David. First, as David noted, our thoughts are with those who have been affected by the fires in California, to those impacted by the recent typhoons in Japan. These disasters remind us of the potential and the importance of U.S.-Japan collaboration in the area of disaster preparedness, relief, and recovery. This year's annual conference, as you have heard, commemorates a milestone for the U.S. Japan Council. Back in 2008, Japanese-American leaders, including my late husband, Dan Inouye, and Dr. Paul Terasaki and others, had gathered in Los Angeles to discuss ways to strengthen the U.S.-Japan relationship through people-to-people relationships. We are now celebrating the past decade by hosting our 10th annual conference for the first time in the city where U.S.-Japan began, or the U.S. Japan Council began. To illustrate the impact of our work over these 10 years, I'd like to present a brief video that highlights our members, supporters, and leadership talking about what USJC means to them. I think it's unlimited, the growth and the opportunities for the future of the U.S. Japan Council. We would not have imagined now, 10 years later, that the network would have been built bringing together so many incredible people and really finding ways that people could work together. That was the notion, that if we could bring leaders together, they would find a way to work together. And the opportunity then to build on that in the future, I think, is unlimited, whether it's at the regional level, whether it's the Tokyo to Washington relationship, whether it's bringing alumni of our Tomodachi programs or alumni of our emerging leaders.
With the establishment of the USJC, I found the perfect vehicle to do what I had always wanted to do, which was to work actively for the strengthening of U.S.-Japan relations.
USJC is part of my passion, my life, meaning that no matter where I work, I continue on with my engagement in USJC because I firmly believe in the mission of it.
The U.S. Japan Council means a lot of things to me. It's a challenge, it's opportunity, it's a learning experience. But I think words that most often come to mind to me are home and family.
If I learned anything, it's you have to make connections, you have to network. That goes with everything in life, not just trying to find jobs or trying to get into school. You just have to network because people need people, and in this world, that's the best way to do it is when you have a support system or someone by you. And that's definitely something I learned from the Tomodachi program.
Tomodachi means opportunity. I really believe that because of the Tomodachi program, I have been able to be given so many opportunities. When I was first a university student, it allowed me to study abroad in Japan, which had been my dream since I was a child. It also brought me to Washington, D.C., where I was able to connect with so many like-minded individuals. And now, as my third participation in the Tomodachi program, I have gotten to work on the Tomodachi Summit.
If I think about USJC's mission of the leadership and connection at its core, I really look at leadership as the future of USJC. So yes, it's about Tomodachi and the young leaders, but it's also about the ability to take leaders in different stages of their life and careers and propel them to the next level in whatever avenue in life they are, but particularly in the context of the U.S.-Japan relationship. So it's really exciting, and to me it's very energizing to think about the future.
We will showcase more of these stories throughout this conference. You may have noticed the diversity of the people in the video, from our board members to students participating in the Tomodachi Initiative. We strive to bring together individuals from diverse backgrounds, sectors, crossing generations, nationalities, culture, and more. I would like to thank the co-founders of the U.S. Japan Council, as well as all of the current and former board members, staff, council members, and supporters who have been an integral part of our growth. Our success in the past decade is thanks to your efforts in bringing the U.S. and Japan closer together. Now the question is, where do we go from here? Based upon our past accomplishments and following many conversations with stakeholders, we found that our biggest asset is people, leaders in the U.S.-Japan realm who affect change in the world, and future leaders. For this reason, we are launching a new leadership initiative. We have had success with leadership training as part of our existing programs, especially those for young people. Now we aim to provide leadership development as a continuum to individuals of all generations, from high school and college students to mid-career professionals and to senior leaders. Tomorrow we will pilot a number of interactive leadership workshops led by many leaders, from Olympians to CEOs to startup founders. The goal of the Leadership Initiative is to not only provide training but to advocate for greater leadership roles. We hope in our network that senior leaders will open doors for future opportunities, including board appointments on government commissions, on corporate boards, and on the boards of nonprofit organizations. We have to push to make sure that we are at the tables. If you are interested in participating in tomorrow's workshops, please register at the check-in desk. As you know, the Tomodachi Initiative was born in 2011 in partnership with the U.S. Embassy in Tokyo under the leadership of then Ambassador John Roos, who is here with us this morning. It was designed to support Tohoku students who were affected by the Great East Japan earthquake. Since then, Tomodachi has grown tremendously. We remain committed to Tohoku, but we have expanded to support programs for youth throughout Japan and the United States through nearly 40 programs each year. Our Tomodachi Initiative will continue beyond the upcoming 10-year commemoration in 2021. The nearly 8,000 program alumni to date contribute to U.S.-Japan relations, give back to their communities, and inspire us all. As a pipeline for future leaders, we are committed to continue Tomodachi into the next decade. As Minister Mukai had noted, 7 Japanese American leaders, all active at the U.S. Japan Council, were honored to be invited to attend the Emperor's historic enthronement ceremony very recently. Thanks to so many leaders in Japan, the friendship and relations between Japanese Americans and Japanese leaders are stronger than ever. But there will be times when the geopolitics will be strained and that changes in world affairs will impact all of us. The U.S. Japan Council will continue to be at the forefront of building a strong people-to-people network to ensure that those relations will remain the cornerstone of the Indo-Pacific affairs, no matter what challenges might occur. I hope that you will join us in recommitting to a strong future. We have accomplished so much by working together, and we can make an even greater difference in the years to come. Please enjoy the conference, and thank you so much for joining us.